Alright, so in this one we're going to solve with a variable on both sides. So that means there's going to be a variable on each side of the equal sign, not just one like you've seen before. So we're going to start off with a problem that looks like this. 3x plus 2 equals 5x minus 4. So the key is to know that you have to think of equals as this line. You want all the variables on one side and all the numbers on the other. Just like before, all the variables were already on one side. So you have to move things around in order to get variables on one side and numbers on the other. So my first step is I want to move all the variables over. I'm going to do that one step at a time. So I'm going to move the 3x over to the right. And in order to do so, I have to subtract 3x. So I subtract 3x right here. So this cancels out right there because 3x minus 3x is 0. The 2 carries down. My equal sign goes down. Now 5x minus 3x. We're allowed to do this because they are like terms, both of them and x. The 4 does not get touched because these two are like terms. They can get simplified. The minus 4 comes back down. From here, we still need to get rid of this minus 4 because now remember, we need that 2x by itself. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. The minus 4 and the plus 4 cancel each other out. The 2x carries down because nothing changes with that. Equal sign. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Now we look here. 6 equals 2x. So then you divide both sides by 2. Then over here your answer will be x equals 3. The biggest thing you gotta remember is to move things to both sides, and you have to watch your equal sign, everything on one side. Variables, I put variables on the right. If you would have subtracted 5x instead of me subtracting 3x, there's nothing wrong with that. You would have to just keep in mind the negatives. So just make sure to subtract 3x from both sides. Alright. So here's the next one. With this one, anytime you see parentheses, that should be the first thing you should do. In this case, you have the 2 times x plus 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to distribute. We've talked about distribution property before. 2 times x and 2 times 4. So a problem like this will look more familiar. It's something we just did in the previous example. Remember, we want all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other. So what I'm going to do is subtract the 2x. This 2x cancels out, and then we get minus 3x minus 2, which gives me a lone x. All the numbers carry down because we didn't do anything with it. So then right here, this looks like a simple problem that we started with in the beginning. You add 4 to both sides. This 4 cancels out. And then on the left side, you get 8 plus 4, which is 12 equals x, and that is our final answer. So with this, the only difference is you had to distribute first, and then you had to move stuff over. So make sure you want to do parentheses first. Do not divide by 2, that will not work. But distribute first, and then start moving your variables over. Alright, one last example. This one is like the last one. I have 2 distributions on both sides. So what I'm going to do is distribute both left and right side. So I get 4x plus 8 equals 6x plus 12. Remember to follow the signs. If this is a minus 2, remember this changes here. Make sure to keep those things in mind. Once again, now this is something we've started with in the beginning of the video. subtract 4x, subtract 4x, right here. This 4x over here, these cancel out. We have 6x minus 4x, which gives me 2x. Equal sign just goes straight down here. Plus 12, and we have the 8. So then what we're going to do is subtract 12 from both sides. So these 12s cancel out. We're left with 2x on the right side, and then 8 minus 12. You got to keep in mind those negatives. You cannot just put 4. You have to keep in mind that it is negative 4. So my last step is divided by 2. Run out of space a little bit, but I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit. So negative 4 divided by 2 comes out to be a negative 2.